Hello everyone. I'm sure that you are ready to study today. Okay? Come on. Today we are going to study grammar. We are going to study about adjectives and adverbs. Okay. Do you know what is adjectives? And do you know what is adverbs? Okay? Okay, now let us see what is adjectives. That's the first one. Okay? Now, first of all, adjectives, you must know that adjectives describes a noun. Adjectives describes a noun. It means that it tells something about a noun. Okay? For example, Andrew is a diligent student. Okay, so diligent, the word diligent is an adjective because it tells us more about Andrew or about the student. So what kind of student is Andrew? What kind of student? So student is a noun, right? So that's why it is an adjective. Understand? So what kind of student is Andrew? So Andrew is a diligent student. So diligent modifies more about student. So that is an adjective. Okay? The second example, I can give you like, I have a very big house. Okay? So what kind of house do you have? Big house. So big modifies or tells us more about house. So big is an adjective. Okay, so that is one about adjective. So remember, when you see a word, you have to see what it is working. What the work is working in a sentence. Okay, for example, just now, you say just, I have a very big house, right? So big is telling about noun. So it is working as an adjective. So that is what I mean. Okay? Now, the second we are going to study is about adverb. Now, what is adverb? Adverb describes a verb. Adverb describes a verb. It tells us more about a verb. It tells us more what someone is doing or how someone does the thing or where someone does the thing or can be when someone does the thing. Okay, for example, I give you, I sit here, I say. Okay, now where do you sit? If you ask me, where do you sit? I sit here. So here is an adverb. It modifies, it tells us where do I sit. Okay, so that's why here is an adverb. And we can call this as an adverb of place because it tells us more about the place. Okay, now the second example, I can say, Cynthia writes slowly. Now, if I ask you again, how does Cynthia write? How does she write? She writes slowly. So the word slowly is an adverb. It modifies or it tells us more about writes, how she writes, how Cynthia writes. So slowly is an adverb. And we can say this adverb is an adverb of manner because it tells us how. Okay, so the adverbs that tells you how an action is done is called an adverb of manner. Okay, and the other one is an adverb of time. What is an adverb of time? Let us see the example. I say that my father came home yesterday. Okay, now if I ask you, when did your father come home? You said yesterday. So yesterday tells when did your father come home. Okay, so it tells you when, then it is called an adverb of time. Okay, so that's the basic about adverbs. Of course, there are some kinds of adverbs, but these three are the basic adverbs that you have to know. Okay, now, so you have studied about adjective and adverb. Now, the last thing is that how are you going to form an adverb? Mostly, adverb is formed by adding ly to an adjective. For example, like the word slow just now. Slow is an adjective, like she is a slow writer, if I say. She is a slow writer. So slow modifies writer, then this is an adjective. Okay, now if I make it into an adverb, I have to put ly. I say that she writes slowly. So you put ly to the word slow, to the adjective slow. Okay, so that is the way how to make it. That is the way how to make an adverb. You see, like quick become quickly. Okay, so that's the way. But remember, not all adverbs are made by adding ly. There are some irregular adverbs. For example, the word good. Good, the adverb is not goodly. That is wrong. So the adverb of good is well. Now, the example even in a sentence is, for example, she's a good writer. That is an adjective, right? But when you say she writes novel very well, so you don't say she writes novel very goodly, but you say the right one is that she writes novel very well. So you change the good become well. Okay, and there is also another adverb that is not added by ly, like hard. The adverb is also hard. Fast, the adverb is also fast. Okay, then I'll give you the list of irregular adverbs later. Okay, so I think that's all for today's lesson about adverbs and adjectives. We'll see another lesson next time. See you. Bye-bye.